Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Harbor Freight website and checking out some of their new tools. So if you guys know about the Harbor Freight website, when you go to the new tools section, the top is always going to be the newest items, and the further you go down, the older the items get. So we're going to start at the top and go until we ended the last video that we did on new tools. So let's go ahead and get into this. First up, we have a Pierce framing nailer for $210. I don't have any experience with this brand, so I can't say a whole lot on it, but I'll just give you a little bit of the details and we'll move on. This is one of the lightest framing nailers in the industry. It has a magnesium body that is tough enough for job site use. Full drive power, sinks nails into all types of lumber, all metal body built for superior balance. So here's just a little bit of information if you guys like to pause and take a look at that. So I'll also try and have the Harbor Freight website linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in any of these, or if you guys have already picked up some of these tools, even though they are new. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. But this is the Pierce framing nailer at $210. Next up we have, I think this is just a color edition, truthfully, because I know they've already had, I want to say they've already had the 6-ton and 3-ton jack stands. These do have the locking pins. These are the updated ones. The 6-ton at $80, the 3-ton at $50. We'll just go ahead and look at the 6-ton. I do like the flat plate steel at the bottom of the feet. That's going to give you a little bit better base or spread out the weight a little bit more, especially like if you're on something that the sharp edges of the metal without that plate being down there won't, dig in as bad since you have a little bit of a plate down there. So that is a nice addition to these. I know some of my cheaper jack stands don't have that, so that is nice to see. But you can see they are available in 6 different colors. You got yellow, gray, orange, green, black, and blue. And there you can actually see them. The lift height from 15 1/8 inches to 23 3/4 inches. And here it even states the welded foot pads disperse load, and this is going to be a 2-piece set. And then same information for the 3-ton, but the lift height is going to be from 11 3/8 inches to 16 7/8 inches. And then these ones actually do not have the plates at the bottom like I was stating in the other one. So seeing those little plates down there is actually a nice feature to have. So even if it's on a 3-ton jack stand, that would be nice to see. But $50, and then you got the 6 different color options. Another diamond cup wheel from Hercules. They released some a couple weeks ago as well. This one is at $70. We're not going to go into the sandpaper or cutting wheels or anything like that. You got a McGraw 1/4 inch mini angle die grinder for $25 if you're looking for a little affordable die grinder. Pneumatic die grinder. The Bauer carbide tip decorative router bits. They've been releasing more and more of those as well. More sandpaper. Another Predator inverter generator. This one being at $700. This is going to be 4,550 watts. I feel like they have a ridiculous amount of generators and inverters and stuff at Harbor Freight nowadays. But it's always nice to have a big selection. Next up we have the McGraw medium barrel air hammer for $20. Having a cheap air hammer on hand is always a handy tool. If it's not something you're going to use all the time, just having one on hand, this is $20. Can't really complain about that. And I mean, they have cheaper ones as well, but I think that's a pretty good deal. Next up, the Bauer impact rated magnetic metric nut setter set. This is a 9-piece set. They have Hercules, Bauer, Warrior, many brands at Harbor Freight for these magnetic nut setters. I just have the cheap Warrior ones that I think were, $3-4 maybe. And they've been fantastic. Can't complain about them. I love my magnetic nut setters. Very, very handy tool. I basically, anytime I grab my impact driver, I'm also grabbing those. Here you can even, here are the Hercules ones at $16 and the Warrior ones at $5. I've had one magnet fall out of them. This was years ago. I super glued it back in. I haven't had an issue with them yet. No issues whatsoever. Fitment's good. Durability has been great. I've been very abusive to them and they've held up just fine. And then they have different lengths and different size sets. So truthfully, the Warrior ones have held up just fine for me. Here's a little bit of information if you guys like to pause. 5 through 12 millimeter. It does include 5.5. So I don't think these, even at this price, that's not bad, but I'm happy with the $5 ones that I own. So they probably have 10 different sets, if not more, with the magnetic nut setters there at Harbor Freight now, but a very, very handy tool to have. Overall, there's not a whole lot. Yeah, actually, we're at the end, so they've added 13 items in the last 2 weeks. So they got the magnetic nut setters, a pneumatic air hammer, a new larger inverter generator from Predator, cutting discs and sandpaper have been new additions, more router bits, pneumatic die grinder, angled die grinder for $25, which they have many other. These are just straight die grinders, but they do have many others that they offer. Once again, I try and stay away from their sandpaper and stuff at Harbor Freight, but maybe the surface conditioning discs aren't bad. I haven't tried those out. I own a bunch of them, and I bought some cheap ones off of Amazon, and they've done actually just fine. So normally I suggest staying away from sandpaper and stuff and going with something more quality, but when it comes to something like this, that might hold up a little bit better than just your standard sandpaper. But definitely another tool if you already have an air compressor that can run these types of tools. And even if these are items that you wouldn't really find yourself using all that often, having them around and being able to get them for a price like this is always something to consider to just have around, because they could be extremely handy. And then just some jack stand additions, I believe, that are just color additions, and then the new framing nailer. And that's it. As far as Harbor Freight's new tools, not much more I can say. Real short video this time. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on some of these, or if you've used any of these items, your thoughts on them. And stay tuned. In a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, we'll do another updated new tools video from Harbor Freight. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.